Because there's a lot of characters to unlock in this game. Alright. Ship. Yeah, I don't want to do Emerald Resort again, so... Yeah, Blue Waters is cool. Even though it feels like I've played that course a bunch too, but... Yeah, it's like unless you just grind the tournaments, you'll find that since you unlock the other courses through the tournaments, then you know, you just end up playing the same initial courses over and over. 250 base power, good lord. Yeah, this guy's a hunk. Although his control and spin are pretty terrible, so... Oh boy, okay. 60 to 100, good lord. I'm gonna assume that I get, you know, decent numbers out of this, so... Yep, I'm short. Yeah, it's hard to... Yeah, that's the problem with landing in hazards, is you get randomness, and we all don't like randomness, so... Well, that's a good shot, so maybe I'll end up losing this hole. Unless I sink this. Yeah, I think that might have been just a safe space, but I mean, like, realistically, it's a very minor thing. It's the only sort of thing where if you just in haste you accidentally toggle down to the bottom and to end game or whatever. So yeah, I mean, of course you have to like reselect your file again, and yeah, this guy is definitely a total Chad. He plays his putter like a guitar, so... Alright, we got ourselves a match going. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I think that's just, that to me just feels like a minor point. I think part of it is just because N64 cartridges are so small that you have to do anything and everything to save space. 32 megs is not a lot. I mean, especially compared to, like, what, 640 or 700 megs on a PlayStation desk? Which, I mean, makes me wonder, I mean, since there's not very many FMVs in these games, you know, where all the extra memory is, where all the extra space is going towards. Because surely it's not the graphics, and from what I can tell, the music is pretty much MIDI, you know, it's not much different than what you hear on N64, so, yeah, like, what gives? Like, it feels like it's relatively rare, unless it's like, you know, say, Final Fantasy or something, where, if it's rare to, you know, have actual, legit recorded music on a PlayStation game, in spite of all that extra disc space.
You are decent.
Yeah, but it's like, it's still, like, on the cartridge, per se, so... Whereas, you know, with all these disc-based consoles, you had to use a separate memory card, which is typically not a big deal. You know, it's kind of amazing how far technology goes, because the base memory card for a PlayStation, for a PS1, is 1 megabyte. 1 megabyte. That's pretty funny. Whereas a base PlayStation 2 memory card is 16 megabytes. I'm trying to remember how big the GameCube memory cards were. If I recall, I can't remember if the original memory card 59 was 4 megs or 8 megs. But, of course, with those original GameCube memory cards, you ran out of space pretty damn... Yeah, you ran out of space pretty damn quick. So, Yeah, the 251 was a huge improvement, and then I think most GameCube owners ended up buying at least one 251 card. So which I guess would be the equivalent of about 16 megs. Although later on, for those people that like to play a lot of sports games that generally had used a lot more memory blocks, there was also the 1019 memory card model, which I guess is about 64 megs. Yeah, and I got a couple of 1019s laying around, just because I had a lot of games, so it was nice to be able to save a lot on those. You never knew until you either looked at the box or you actually or oftentimes still actually bought the game before you found out how much memory was on it. It took. Although sometimes if you were lucky back in the early 2000 days, there would be a game FAQs page for the game, and the author might be kind enough to specify how much memory the game required. I am very surprised I didn't make it up to the green, but you know, this screen is hella elevated. Elevated. Alright, so it's looking like we're trending towards birdies on this, but maybe I can get the jump on this.
You are decent.
Okay, so that's not bad. And this guy is definitely not... That's definitely not a good putt. Okay. Oh gosh, I lived for the rental store. Probably until, like, you know, around the GameCube era. But when it came to, like, you know, when it came to N64 games, yeah, I rented those a whole bunch. And there were some that, for whatever reason, I would just keep renting over and over, but never actually went around to buying until I either, finally got my own Amazon account, or I would see a game at a secondhand store. So, I could have sworn that despite the fact that even at the time I knew the game was pretty shitty, but I've rented Earthworm Jim 3D no fewer than 6 times. So, I don't know why. Most of the time renting games was reserved for third-party stuff that I wasn't quite sure about as far as like how good they would be. Whereas a lot of times I didn't even bother renting Mario games just out of fear of either being spoiled or elsewise. I would just outright buy whatever Mario game because you knew they would be good. So, I mean, that said, there were those couple of random clunkers early on in its life history, like, say, Mario's Time Machine. But, or Hotel Mario, or, back in those days, but those were the rare exceptions. Those were the rare exceptions. There hasn't been what one would consider a horrible Mario game in a long time. Yeah, this goes way uphill, so maybe I'll make it. Wow, that's still short. Good lord. I was gonna say, no way. Okay, so I didn't lose, so that's good. So this guy's definitely no champion when it comes to putting. Although that was definitely a pretty sexy putt. Okay. Okay, so I'm winning by 1. Alright, I was thinking, have I beaten this guy at all? Yeah, well, I mean, if you've followed game news, then you would catch on to that. You would have realized that it was basically a game that was meant to fill a void in Nintendo's holiday schedule for the Wii U, and it was rushed beyond belief. So there really wasn't much Camelot could do. So it was you know kind of a dud. I mean it looks pretty enough. It's just that, like, you know, even for a tennis game, content was lacking. But but then again, to me, that's been a complaint that I've always had about the Mario Tennis games, is that there is literally so little content with those games. And that reminds me, but one good thing about, if I were to ever say one good thing about the Nintendo Switch Online subscription, it's that, you know, through that I got the 1 week trial for Tennis Aces, and in that 1 week trial I literally just straight up 100%ed the game, and I haven't bought it. So basically you can think of it as that trial saved me $60. Dr. Mario 64 is really damn good. Maybe, I don't know, maybe just puzzle games aren't your thing, but I thought it was good. But I mean, yeah, to be fair, Dr. Mario 64 is pretty short, and the four player mode is not that great. It's unique maybe a couple of times, but when you realize that among those 4 players, like the field of play is like shrunken down so much, then yeah, it's I don't know, that just it's hard to play. Puzzle League is just basically a reskin of what is it called? Panel de Pon, I think it was called, you know, the Japanese game, which in turn in North America became Tetris Attack for the Super Nintendo. And so basically Puzzle League is just a Pokemon version of that on the N64. But I will say that it is a damn good game. Like, it's fun, it's hard, and like, if you're nostalgic for the Indigo League anime, then it feels so good. You know, hearing all the, you know, true to the anime voice acting. Excellent voice acting quality for one would expect for the Nintendo 64. Because those cartridges were so small that you had to compress the ever-loving shit out of the audio. But they did good, you know? And hell, there was even an FMV in the intro that, like, literally looked like the anime. So, yeah. Kudos to the dev team there. Which, okay, don't tell me. Intelligent Systems. That just seems like the kind of thing that they would have made. Otherwise, I have no idea. But yeah, if you remember Intelligent Games, they are most well known for developing the Paper Mario games. And they also had a couple little side projects that, you know, were good fun, like Pushmo and Crashmo, which I would love to see return, but I don't think we've gotten a game in that series for like 10 years. Maybe not quite 10 years, but because I'm trying to remember where it came first. If it was, I think it was 3DS that Pushmo first came out, like in the early years of the 3DS. I couldn't even remember if this putt's uphill or downhill, but I think I sunk it anyway. No, wait, it was uphill. God damn it. Okay, so we're splitting this hole with a par, apparently. No, I've had a PlayStation 2 for a while. I've had it for probably about 5 years. It was $40 at a secondhand store, so I just decided, you know what the hell, why not? And little by little, I just ended up snagging up play PS1 and PS2 games that happen to be cheap. Like hell, you know. Almost always you'll see at least one Kingdom Hearts game, and usually it's only like $10. I don't know why there's so goddamn many Kingdom Hearts games. Okay, we got ourselves a massive crosswind, so I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. You gotta go for the exclusives. Wow,
Water hazard.
yikes, okay, I lost a lot of power there. So yeah, this must be like max crosswind. Okay, 14, that's pretty high. It's just, when it comes to like multi-platform games, almost always the PlayStation 2 version was the inferior version, and usually the Xbox version would be the superior title. Like, it's kind of disappointing, but since the PlayStation 2 had come out the first of the three, that a lot of games did not have support for progressive scan, and in this modern age, that is huge. That is huge, because if you don't have that, then you'll have the combed image, you'll have the nasty interlacing, and unless you have a line doubler, then yeah, you can forget about it looking halfway decent. If this miraculously, okay, well, one could dream, but I think I'm gonna lose it. I think I'll end up losing this hole. I mean, unless this man misses his putt, then I have the chance to tie. Yeah, I lost this hole. Gosh darn it, okay. So, I'm not doing too hot on this round. I'm not doing too hot in this game, because I'm even. Okay, big delicious fairway. There's definitely plenty of room to carry to the fairway here, so not concerned about using powers or nothing. Okay. Slightly elevated green. Lots of elevated greens in this game, it seems. Like, the one notable exception is, I think the 18th hole on the second course is a par 5, and while it's long, it has a section where the fairway just swoops, like, steeply down for quite a ways. So if you manage to catch it, then you'll like roll all the way down to the green, and I think that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of these greens are elevated, so it kind of almost mandates that you play high. Otherwise, you'll land short, and heavens knows what happens to the ball after that. And yeah, this man is definitely not aiming at the cup at all. So, however, as for me, sweet, I finally win one. I mean, maybe Smash just isn't like, Smash isn't the kind of game that I will, you know, I play religiously at all. Like, they're great, like it's a great game, and it's fun and all, and it would probably be my, it's usually my go-to if I have friends over, but anymore, I just wait for whatever new spirits and new DLC characters come out, and I play for a little bit, and then I just don't even touch it, because other than that, all you have is online, and I don't know. I just I don't have good enough internet for a good online experience. Although by some miracle, I have been able to get King Dedede to Elite Smash, and of course you know what that means. That means I don't touch King Dedede anymore, because I don't want to lose my Elite Smash status with him. So then I try using Yoshi, but I'm not good enough with Yoshi to really get anywhere, so that's kind of, you know, discouraging. And I kind of suck with almost everyone else, so yeah, I don't know. I don't play it nearly as often as I used to, but I still have like 300 hours put into it. No. No, that was a long time ago. If you have like your news notifications, you know, like turned on, then you would see it like as a news notification. Yeah, exactly. That's just it, you know. Just in general, American internet is horseshit. And I think that Nintendo has a difficult time understanding because Japanese internet is by comparison amazing. But yeah, American internet is a joke. Like unless you pay $1 trillion for fiber internet, if you even have that option. So, but yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms. That is a whole nother can of worms entirely. Because you would think that, you know, in you know a typical economy that, yeah, exactly. So you would think that if you want to pay for good internet, you know, you have the option, but you don't always have the option. Yeah, and that's a lot. So I think that in general, for something like Smash, there are some characters that are you know, completely invalidated just because of laggy internet. I should have probably hit that harder, even though I don't know, it feels like rain both does and doesn't do a lot in this game, but these are summer conditions, so maybe they just play differently. Okay, so let's see what I end up doing here. Yeah, also hi Blue Candy. Yeah, I'm just chilling and making further progress in Hot Shots 2, so it's kind of the same shit, except further in the game. Also, this guy is terrible at putting, so he's kind of keeping me alive, but I mean, to be fair, I'm terrible at putting in this game because the slope is so strong. You almost will never make a putt more than 20 feet in this game. Unless the stars align. But alright, so where are we at? We are... Oh yeah, I'm 2 up because I won the 2 holes prior. Okay. Delicious. So yeah, this guy here, Chip, is just a total Chad here, you know, he flexes, he plays his putter like a guitar, and... Okay, so what do I want to do for the best angle? Do I want to go here, or... I'm gonna just play it over here, and yeah, that gets over the tree, okay, because my character's decent. Excellent, alright, so that's a good angle, so I'll take it. Even though this man will play over here, but yeah. 250 base drive is definitely the strongest we have so far here. I find it kind of funny that after my Let's Play of the first game, I dedicated the following stream to a speedrun session, and I got a time that beat the world record by 8 minutes, so that's pretty bants. So yeah, definitely leaderboard was not terribly optimal. But to be fair though, the community, the SRC community for the first Hot Shots is still very new. And there's not even an SRC for this game at all. So that would kind of put me in limbo. But you know, it's just for the sake of, you know, it's just for the sake of curiosity and you know, just like seeing, you know, how, you know, these were games that people wanted to see me play, so you know, so may it be. There are definitely some things that I adore with Hot Shots over Mario Golf, but there are definitely things that I adore with Mario Golf, so it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Nice, delicious par 5. Okay. So that's not too bad that I lose the power shot there. That's fine, because I might have a Yuger chance. I don't know if part of it is just... I don't know if part of the reason that there's no page for Hot Shots 2 yet is because of the fact that this game has a lot more content than the first game, so like an 80% run would take a lot longer, or what, but... Because I've gotten to the point, I'm not even sure, like, what the requirement would be, because you have, at minimum, 5 years of tournaments of, 4 seasons each, and 1 tournament per season, so potentially you're playing a minimum of 20 tournaments, though you get course points depending on your performance, and you need a certain amount of course points to pass each year to move on to the next. So you could actually just outright skip or not even play certain tournaments. So maybe you'll find yourself only needing to play, 12 of the 20 tournaments, but you have to play those 12 perfectly or something like that. So, but I don't know. I don't know yet. Or maybe there's a separate category, and maybe you can unlock the you can trigger the credits by beating the final secret character or something. That I just have to find out and see.
You are dancing.
But I've been told some juiciness about the final characters, and that they will be a delight for those retro PlayStation fans, or anyone that I guess happened to have bought a copy of PlayStation Battle Stars Royale or whatever the fuck it's called. Wow, okay, so I definitely caught freaking, like, max percentage from that lie, so... Yeah, it just goes to show you that you really shouldn't land in rough as often as you can. Because that can happen. Okay, only a few inches up, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So, if I do, like, this, for instance... Where was the break? I don't know. Maybe there was just too much of that initial right throw and it didn't throw back enough left, but... Maybe we'll just split this whole even pars. I would be fine with that.
Get off the course.
Okay, so so what happened was I overshot the cup entirely because this is like the fickless cup. Like, you can't even overshoot it by 5 feet, so... I overshot it, and then I had a gimme, and so then I got bogey, and yeah, now I'm only 1 up, so Okay, so green and red for that guy, but he's for Chip, but he's super far away. But yeah, this green is a little disgusting. This is an uphill green all of the way. So how much wind? A little bit of wind. $50, $60, $70, keep going. Yeah, I figured that would stop pretty quick, but I got a heck of a side slope to deal with, so... So meanwhile, Chip here is just not even trying. And he's on fairway, okay, but somehow it is my turn, so... Yeah. Let's just throw the rules of golf out the window. Okay, 30 feet is probably not going to cut it, so I'm going to bump it up to 60. Because uphill and downhill are extremely significant in this game. Like, you could literally underhit by 5 feet on something that goes down by 1 foot, and you would still shoot over, so... And this also changes depending on the seasons. So, when you play a course in its winter mode, then things roll even more still. Yeah, then things roll even more still. But apparently, summer conditions are the slowest because the grass grows the most.
You can kiss that one goodbye.
He kind of... I don't know what the hell that was. But yeah, that man sliced the shit out of it, and... So that was the caddy that says you can kiss that one goodbye, and then he literally, I don't know, just pouts or does something, so it looks like he was kissing the ground. I don't know. That was just a weird juxtaposition, but whatever. It's looking like I'll win this hole, which is good because, yeah, I'm a little tight on time tonight because it's a weeknight, so. Yeah, after this match, it'll be the end of the session, but I got a lot done, actually, because now I'm in general, I'm just faster at the game. And I'm also, researching shots, and yeah, I think it literally he was banging his head on the ground.
Get off the course.
Yeah, so... Yeah, you're right. He is banging his head against the ground because there's like a little shockwave. There's like a little impact like thingy that's there. That is a little impact thingy. So yeah, this man does not take losing very well. Okay, so 3 up. So if I win this hole, it's over. So, yeah, why not just use a power shot? Because I don't think I have another par 5 until... How did I end up all the way over there, pray tell? I don't know, maybe my character doesn't have great control, and if I miss the impact zone, then I just end up in places, but this shouldn't be... Oh, actually, it is a little bit horrible. There's a lot of side slope here, and these numbers could do anything, but I'm just going to play the sandwich anyway, and maybe I'll still get there. Actually, maybe I won't. Okay. Well, let's just see what Chip does. So yeah, so he's skewing this a little bit too, but that's sinkable. Okay, so I can't really count on winning this now, but... Maybe? Not quite enough. It's a flat putt, right? Okay, whatever. Alright, shoot, alright. Alright, so that was hole 15, so 2 up. So it's still the same thing. The next hole I win, it's over. Or 2 ties. Okay, yeah, so that's good. Yeah, calm win, so yeah, let's go. 40, 50. There we go. Alright. That's pretty steep. That's a pretty steep thing you have to go up there. And then that was the gimme stroke. Okay, so I can two putt to victory now. I somehow don't think I hit that hard enough. Yeah, no, because even an inch up and you have to shoot like a couple entire feet, so it's kind of nuts. But okay, easy enough. Excellent. Took 16 freaking holes to win, so that's pretty crazy. Hello, Mystic. Sorry to say, but this is the tail end of the. This is going to be the end of tonight's broadcast. I gotta be up early, but I will continue. I will continue next weekend. But I'll just recap the progress that I made, and if I gotta look and see if there are places where I can if there are replays saved, because I've had a couple of super good shots today. So, yeah, saving, redo. So yeah, to recap, I unlocked, 3 character matches, and, going back, you know, in the tournaments, beat the entirety of the, semi-pro, so that was 4 tournaments there, and unlocked the pro class. So... yeah, that was quite a bit just for today.